At a certain point, the man has to brace up and accept his situation. Confidence of being a man can only come from the man. Man is the pivot of 3 P's in life. And these are the 3 major areas a man has to take up with relation to the family.
Hi, my team just pointed to me that more than 50% of you who watch our videos are not yet subscribers. Please, would love to encourage you to subscribe. It is how YouTube recommends more of this video to a bigger audience and more people like you. So do us this favor by subscribing today. Thank you for that. I hope you've done that. So, Father, I want us to talk about something deeply troubling, and that is for the modern man. Okay. Now, I want to believe that the man today is under crisis because when we are growing up, I think we've made reference to growing up as children or as a man. We looked up to maybe our fathers or society for this role model that he gave us then. So the idea of the man before now is that of a person or a man who provides for the family. So when you provided for your household, that was justifiable to be classified as the man of the house. The woman, our mothers were at home mostly, making sure that the home front was well taken care of. And when the fathers were always in the field making money, the mothers were at home making sure that the child is well taken care of. Then when the child or the male child goes out of context, out of what he's not supposed to do, the mother then invites the father, who stands in as the disciplinarian those days, yes, to make sure that the child or the man is doing what he's supposed to do. Now that society is no more, because today our mothers are earning far more than our fathers. Now, there's a research which I can't place right now. The research is projecting that within the next decade and the next 10 years, we'll have more women having more money than men. So you can imagine where there's a dynamic, there's a shift economically happening in our families, in our homes, or a wealth transfer, where our mothers or some of our mothers are now owning more money even than our fathers. So a society where fathers largely provided in terms of providing money for school fees and all that for the family, and that idea is shifting. So it means that society requires more. A man has to be intellectually, he has to be provided intellectually. He has to provide vision for the home. He has to provide direction for the home. And those are the troubles of the modern man. So I'd like to start from the foundation. Whose job is it to raise a man?
This is complex. But I'm trying to put it together.
Yeah.
If we can go back to what it used to be.
Yes.
And also predicating it on the discussion we just finished having.
Yeah.
Over and above the fact that the family, the society, the school, of course, when I talk about the society, I also mean place of work and things like that. Over and above all these other areas coming together to raise a man.
Yeah.
I want to say something. What I'm trying to say, I didn't read from anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm giving my own understanding.
Yeah.
The man also is supposed to raise himself.
The man is supposed to raise himself.
Yes.
Now, because I know every knowledge we have is first outside, inside, before we internalize it and choose what becomes ours.
What becomes ours.
So are you saying the man is supposed to have that sense of who he wants to be?
At a certain point, the man has to brace up and accept his situation.
Okay.
The man has to come up to meet up with the responsibilities. Like Igbo people will say, if you work for nothing, you see that confidence
Yeah.
of a man,
Yes.
it has to come from the man and from nowhere.
Okay.
Other areas can come and join and help in doing that.
Yeah.
But the confidence of being a man can only come from the man. So if you ask me, I would say it is very important that the man at a certain point starts raising himself to brace up with the situation.
So what is the role of because at this point we assume the man is 18. So let's assume the man is 18
good.
and above. So we can call him a man, even though he might be a student.
Yeah.
He might be just starting his career. Now, what is the role of nurture now in molding this man right now? The modern man. We're talking about the modern
A
man
modern man, yes.
who must adjust to a new reality right now. What is the role of society nurturing in this context to move the man towards the requirements of the new age?
Remember, I already said over and above every other thing. Nurture, nature, everything that comes around, the man has to brace up. There was something that I read sometime, and I can't figure it out completely in my head now, but it says that man is I think he says that man is a product of 3 P's.
Okay.
Or man is the pivot of 3 P's in life.
Okay.
Or put it this way, there are 3 P's in a man.
Okay.
The procreator P,
Okay.
the provider P, and the protector P.
Okay.
And these are the 3 major areas a man has to take up with relation to the family.
Okay.
With relation to being a man.
Okay.
Even though procreation maybe is not meant for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a must.
Yeah.
But that idea of a provider and a protector.
Yeah.
You are talking about women being most wealthy in
economically empowered.
Economically empowered.
Yes.
In a few years. But I would say that many people will be against this, but that's me. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say that women are not wired to be so.
Okay.
We may not go into the scientific compositions of men and women.
Yeah.
You see that provider status of a man in the family. It is not so easy to be thrown away without consequences.
Yeah.
That's why every man will always pray to still maintain that status of being a provider in the family. And that's why you will still see some men and they will tell you, even if my wife is the GMD, NNPC, let her keep her money. I'll be providing for the family.
So what if in a scenario where, now let me give some hypothetical example, which is realistic.
Okay.
So let's assume my wife is the branch manager of one of the banks, maybe in VI. And I work in a small firm. So obviously my wife earns more than me. So her work schedule demands that she puts in a lot of work, to sustain her position, Then my own position requires that I'm a little bit flexible with my own time. Now, my wife requires some emotional needs beyond provision right now because provisionally she earns more than me. She requires emotional support. She requires intellectual support. How can the man in this scenario now maintain provisionary role while supporting emotionally, while supporting intellectually, and while also providing vision for the family? The wife in question is already higher than him hierarchically in career terms. How can the man be a man in this situation without causing chaos, without causing issues, without friction?
You see, these things are meant to be this way. And anytime it is truncated, it comes with consequences.
Okay.
Women, but women, they break easily.
Yeah.
That is the way women are meant to be. Or no matter the level of feminism you put into it, or you are both the extreme feminism or the normal feminism, women are not meant.
Okay.
From experience, there is nothing we can do about it. Women are not meant to tarry along with such situations for a very long time without breaking down, without consequences. No matter the level of wealth.
Okay, you mean women are not designed to provide leadership for the home?
They
are not designed to provide leadership.
They are not.
So what you are saying for the man, for the man in this context, for the man in this situation, what he should do is what? Is it to step up? How can he step up?
No, but the man is still working.
Yes.
He's working in a small firm.
Yes.
And his earnings are still taking care of the family.
Yes.
Maybe not in a robust manner.
Yes.
But still taking care of the family. I think nothing changes. The only thing is that there should be an understanding from the woman. Okay. You see why I said that women sometimes are not meant to tarry that way.
Okay. Somehow
there is this risk of modern woman jumping into feminism once they start getting to small cash.
Yeah.
And if you get the extreme feminists among them, the normal feminists are those who want to protect the women from unnecessary burden from the opposite sex. Yeah. But the extreme feminists are feminists who want to even destroy anything along the line. Men.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, if you get an extreme feminist in that type of situation, that is where the problem is.
Okay.
There should be, I will give a suggestion in both situations. One, the woman, whatever you have, whatever you get, there are still some families where it happens.
Yeah.
The woman should know that the leadership of a family belongs to the man.
Okay, now, Father, look at the challenge. Look at the challenge.
Okay, there's something I wanted to say about it.
Go ahead.
I said the woman should understand that the leadership of the family still belongs to the man.
Yeah.
However, the man has to know that the woman is not an object.
Okay.
So tell me what the challenge is.
Now, the challenge is that the modern man is not designed or is not tutored to provide leadership. He only understands provision. So, and in this scenario that I painted,
you think so?
Yes, it must modern for the modern man. He's not designed. He only designed to provide for the house. He can't provide leadership, which is direction. He can provide vision. He can provide direction. Now, a woman at this level that the situation I painted is looking for direction, looking for emotional support, is looking for leadership. When it is lacking from this man, because what the man only understands is provision, there is a crack on the wall. The man is not living up to the demands of the modern society to go beyond providing leadership, emotional support, character, example, and role model. So these other lagging areas, because sincerely I have looked at certain people and asked myself, why did this woman marry this man in my own quiet time? Because I don't know what she saw. Then later you start seeing the woman complain about certain things. So what the man only understands, like I said, is provide for the house.
Provision.
I'm providing enough money for the house. Every other thing, the woman should fix it. So how do we train the man to adapt to the realities of today? That relationship and marriage has gone beyond providing, because the woman is making as much equally or more than him.
This might be mind-blowing. There was no time relationship and marriage was at the level of just provision. There was no time.
Okay.
from the beginning of the world till date. There was no time. The only thing is that there are people who learned wrongly, and we may not use the wrong learning to begin to make it look like it is.
Okay.
It's the correct thing. No.
Okay.
It can't take the center stage.
Yeah.
There was no time relationship and marriage ended at just providing. No. Men were trained to be leaders of the family, and they were also trained to be providers of the family, and they were also trained to be protectors of the family, and they were also trained to be leaders. Look at Okonkwo now in Things Fall Apart, even though his own went to the extreme.
Yeah.
But look at Okonkwo in Things Fall Apart. Men were trained in those days. If you look at it, men were trained to provide direction for the family.
Yeah.
Men were trained to remove extraordinary circumstances from their wives so that they can take it up and lead the wife and the children, the entire family, follow them.
Sure.
Men were trained to provide light. Men were trained to provide emotional support.
Sure.
Men were trained to provide psychological support.
Sure.
And not just to the wives, but beyond the wives, to the families of the wives.
Sure.
Men were trained this way.
Yes.
So if it is part of the consequences of what we have in these days, the Gen Z generation.
Okay.
Today it's about, I give you money.
Yeah.
And you see many men who will be staying in Germany, the wife is here, and the wife will complain that he doesn't call on phone.
Yeah.
I say, why is he complaining? I give her 300,000 every month. Why is he complaining?
Yeah.
Provision. Marriage is not at the level of provision.
Sure.
You see, when a man and a woman come together to become husband and wife,
Yeah.
in our own Christian understanding, they become one.
Sure.
And if they become one, they also become one emotionally and psychologically.
True.
There are two things we learned from the issues of marriage, from the canon law.
Okay.
Marriage is a contract.
Yeah.
You know, a contract is an agreement between two persons or more,
Yeah.
where there are conditions.
Yeah. Okay.
You fulfill your condition, I
do
fulfill
mine.
my condition. Good. The conditions that a man is supposed to fulfill are love, protection,
Okay.
and provision. The conditions of the woman is love, respect, and subservience.
Okay.
This is our teaching from time
Immemorial.
immemorial. But because it is a Christian marriage, not ordinary marriage in the court or in the village,
Yeah.
because it's a Christian marriage, there is an import of Christianity into it. And what is the import of Christianity into it? The import of Christianity is that marriage is a contract, yes, but it doesn't end with being a contract. It becomes a covenant.
Okay.
A covenant is also a contract, but this time around without conditions.
Okay.
It's a contract, yes.
Yeah.
But when there is a covenant,
Yeah.
it is always sealed in blood. That's why it is done in the church during Mass, because we believe there is blood there.
Yeah.
So it is a contract, but without conditions. Meaning, those things that I owe my wife as per conditions,
Yeah.
if I do all of them and fulfill all of them towards the wife, and I didn't get the wife's own, I should continue moving forward. If my wife fulfills her own towards me and fails to see my own, she should keep moving forward. That is covenant. That is because the Christian import is there. But this is the Christian import. I am only trying to tell you that from the code of canon law that we use today was produced in 1830.
Okay.
So there was no time marriage and relationships ended with just provision. It is what developed in time, especially in this Gen Z generation. Once I provide, I believe I have done my part. No, away from provision, away from bringing this money. Otherwise, you can buy 4 cars for a woman inside the house, and you give her 500,000 every month just for her nails, 500,000 for her nails, and take her around the world. But there is no emotional and psychological provision. it crumbles. So the real type of marriage and relationship should be protection. It should be provision. Provision is part of it, but it doesn't end there. There should be provision, there should be protection, and there should be leadership. You have to provide leadership. You have to show the way. Because somebody must show the way. Not because you are more intelligent, not because you are all knowing. Yeah. No. But the man is supposed to provide leadership. Very important. There are so many who are not doing that. It doesn't mean that they are the epitome of married life.
Correct.
But there was no time. Quote me.
Okay.
Even though the part is supposed to be played by the women. You know, in this generation, many women don't want to understand that men are the leaders of the house.
Yeah.
Maybe because they are earning more than the men.
Yes.
You know, that's why you see some men today, boss lady. A boss lady, and they say it out. They don't want to get entangled with any man, to stay under the man. That means they already know that once you marry, you are staying under the man. They answer boss lady. Highest, when they are 53, they go and adopt a child.
They're fine with it.
And they're fine with it.
Okay.
So if there is a man who is not showing leadership, he's the person lagging.
Okay.
He should be taught how to show leadership. You see why I told you in the school, there is simulation of what the society is. In the families, you know, when parents do all these things, they are producing half-baked individuals for the entire society. Because that's your son, that's your daughter, who you did not train well, will come out tomorrow to meet a guy whose parents trained very well, and it will damage his life.
True.
So leadership is part of it.
Okay, you know, just like we keep making reference to millennials. I think we're millennials, right?
Yes.
And then growing up, we are taught to conceal our emotions. So we have our mothers particularly will tell us, men don't cry. Now, these days, there's this teaching by Carl Jung. He talked about the anima and the animus.
Anima and the animus.
Yeah, he talked about there's
contending everybody.
Yeah, there's a feminine part of every man.
Every man.
Then there's a masculine part of every woman.
Yes.
Now, and I want to understand why we're having the rise of weak men today. We have more suicides in men than women. So a lot of men can't take anything again. Just a small issue. They are crying, they are shouting, I'm dying, I'm dying, I'm dying. They resort to drugs and they are gone. So, and just like you said, we are raising weak men from the family who go to society, who can stand a little pressure, who can stand a little bit of weight of challenge or things that are uncomfortable and still find their way around it. So, and I want to understand, what can we do, you know, with this understanding that this is the reality we have? Even as a man watching can understand, yes, this is where I am, but this is what I can do to grow, if I'm a man, to grow more of the man in me instead of allowing the woman in me to shine more. And if I'm the woman, let me hunt more of the woman in me instead of allowing the male side of me to, you know, to become relevant. So what can we do, particularly that of the man, to grow in confidence, grow in knowledge, so that we can become the man fit for today's need?
First of all, that word anima and animals, they are all Latin words and meaning soul.
Yeah, okay.
So they are the what makes a man be a man, or what makes a woman be a woman.
Okay.
So it's very nice when I was happy that you mentioned it.
Okay.
Now, what do we do to grow men who are men?
Yes.
Parents is a very simple thing. I'm putting it in a very simple word.
Yeah.
And it is also predicated on part of the discussions we already had.
Okay.
To grow men who are supposed to be men, parents should be very careful to know when to remove the scaffold.
Okay.
You know, this thing is a very simple thing. It comes out in our everyday living.
Yeah.
You may see somebody building a house. After building the house, he will still leave the scaffold there until the scaffolds are old enough and they will begin to get rotten. If maybe you did it with bamboo, and they will all crumble by themselves. to grow men
Yeah.
who are supposed to be men. You should know as a parent to know when to remove the scaffold and allow the child to crawl, to hold on to what he sees while you are around, trying to get him if he falls. If he falls, you begin again. It's always very sad to continue to make a... many of us are 40 years. Still, they are behaving like little children.
Yeah.
I give you an example. As a priest, I got to know one family in Onisha. Let me not just mention the town because it will be somehow. They had only one boy and 4 girls. When they were growing, the mother was doing my son.
Yeah.
You touch him in the school, the mother comes to the school with so much fight with policemen and the teacher will run away. Touch him along the streets and boom, the mother gets off immediately. Even the sisters say a word against him,
issues.
The mother fights everybody, issues everywhere. So, you see, life is about what you are made of and what you get from the outside.
Yeah.
So this boy now, among ladies, the father died, and among women, including the mother, he is the only male figure existing there. And he still is not allowed to exist like a male figure. The mother also emasculated him and made him another female figure. And like you said, the anima in him became dominant instead of the animus.
Yeah.
Because the animus is the male figure.
Yeah.
The male figure is supposed to have been dominant, but the female figure became dominant. You know what? Till date, he's still living with the mother in Onisha. The mother has retired from civil service and is now using her pension
to still take care of the boy.
The boy care. The children of the boy. So the mother has finished taking care of this boy and is now taking care of the children
of the boy.
And the boy, it was the mother who got a wife
for the
same boy and arranged even the traditional marriage, the white wedding and everything. Packed the boy out, got an apartment for him. They paid for 1 year. They lived for 1 full year and started something for him at the Chanja market. He gave him money 2 times. He finished up the money. Started getting kids. And when it was very clear that he could no longer pay house rent in his apartment paid by the mother, the mother went and took him back and took the wife and the children
and brought them
back to the house. So they are now living with the mother in the house, and the mother is taking care of a full-grown man, the wife
and the children
with small pension. You know what happened? This woman didn't know when to remove the scaffold. She kept doing. This is like a magic. It's just like a magic. You cultivate what you want somebody to be. 2 months ago, I started an orchestra in my school. And I bought 5 saxophone, 5 flutes, 5 trumpets, a new keyboard from Lagos, band, and repaired some of the ones that we used to have. There is the mind, there is an infinite possibility of what the mind can do. I got 3 persons from outside, 2 from Unizik, 1 from Onisha. They used to come to school to train them.
Yeah.
Today, as I'm talking to you, my students played an orchestra during the mass. They played the fluters were playing, the saxophonists were playing, the other trumpeters were playing, and the band person was playing. And it was so lovely. I didn't feel like ending the mass. At a certain point, I am not against parents doing for the child. But that idea of parents replacing the child doing is becoming obsolete. These days, education is a child-centered type of education. You allow the child to do it. You are washing your clothes by the side. Let's take it that you don't wash your clothes with a washing machine, that you do it. You wash your clothes, and your 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old boy is by the side. You bring a bucket, put small soap for him, and you know what he's doing, he's not getting it.
Yeah.
But allow him to do it and get. By the time he gets to 10 years, because you already know that this child is entering secondary school at 12, who is going to wash his clothes? Many of them enter secondary school, one term, they lose all their properties and go home and tell their mother they stole it. They lose all of them. They stole it. Meanwhile, he has classmates there who still has or who still have all their properties intact. He said, Mommy, they stole it. Including plates he used to eat food, or including fork and knife and cup. Reason he will eat, he doesn't know how to wash plates, and he will eat them. Do you know that some students finish their pocket money? They finish their pocket money until the day they will be leaving on holidays. They will line in front of my house begging me for money to transport themselves home. Meanwhile, they used to go to the canteen to buy buns and buy oppa and buy mineral. So they will be eating. Money will finish. He knows he will go down to Onisha with at least 2,000 naira, and he will eat the last oppa of 300 naira. The money will finish, and he will come in front of father's house to beg. If I say I don't give now, it will become something else. And I will say, I will give you 1,000, I will give you 2,000. When you come back, the first thing you do is to bring it back. Yes, Father. So it's about cultivation and about, I can give you a boy. That is this boy, Amobi in JS1. There is this boy, Chukwunyere Francis, in JS1. Oh God. If you see him leave, you don't need anybody to tell you that this guy has a proper cultivation from the family angle. For me, my 22 years experience as an educator, let me tell you, the most important period in a child's life, 0 to 10 years. If you lose it, if you don't cultivate around that time, putting the family culture, making this boy to know that he is a man, you have lost it. If you train a boy who bullies his younger sisters, he will become a husband and will be bullying the wife. That is it's not rocket science. But if you train a boy who loves his younger sisters, there's something that we call cell when we are in the seminary. If you are in SS3, they will share coconut in the dining and the oranges. You'll be doing big boy. You want to take it too because you are hungry, but you'll be doing big boy when there are JS1 and JS3 students. Normally call it cell. You leave it for them, let them take. In my family, when we were growing, our first son and our first girl, when we were 2, 3, 4 years, what we were calling them was sister. Who betide you, call them by their names. My mother will deal with you. That's sister and brother. We grew with it. And when you use it for 10 years, you will be seeing that your sister, you have already cultivated the idea of respecting your elders.
Yeah.
It still subsists till date. The first girl is my immediate elder sister, works at the teaching hospital. Till date I call
her sister.
Till date I call her sister. I don't talk where she is, irrespective of all my walking around in the whole world.
Yeah.
When she talks, I keep quiet. So raise a boy who is lazy. He will grow to become a lazy husband. The wife will jump out in the morning. You see where the problem is? We jump out in the morning and we'll go to work. He will be lying on the bed pressing phone. If you ask him, he will say he's into forex trading. He was a lazy boy. So to deal with the question you asked me, parents should know when to remove the scaffold and allow the children to call. It's not being wicked or being mean on the children. No. The reason is that at a certain point, I used to say this, parents will go out of the picture. So a child who fails to learn well, will end up badly. Because parents must go out of, okay, like myself now, where are my parents? They are dead, buried. Either death or sickness or weakness. These three things must always get the parents out of the way. And if by that time you have not created a resilient child, a disciplined child, you have a problem.
So, Father, does it mean there's no hope for the man who is 25 and is faced with these ideas that we just made mention? He's 25, he understands there's a problem and he wants solution. It doesn't mean there's no hope for him.
Sure, there is hope.
So what can he do?
He has to grow himself and he has to involve himself in, probably at that point in time, there may not be the role of the parents in that person's life any longer. Maybe they have died, or even if they are still alive, maybe they are weak or something like that. See, like I told you, I said there is infinite capacity
of the human spirit,
of the human mind, of the human spirit, what he can achieve. The only thing is that it is always fair and easier for somebody who already has cultivated it.
Okay.
It's easier for the person. But for somebody who has not cultivated it, there could be change. Otherwise, what does education do? Educare.
Yeah.
The word education comes from educare.
Okay.
You know, to bring out from.
Yeah.
To lead out from.
Okay.
So, educare means leading one out of seemingly darkness into light. So that's the word education.
Okay.
Oh, if you know you are having a lack, and you discover you are having a lack, and you become intentional to address that lack.
Yeah.
I mean, so many people did arts in the secondary school, went to the US. They did arts, all this government, literature in English and all this and all. They didn't know anything about chemistry and physics. They married here, got kids, relocated to Canada or US, and decided to become nurses.
Yeah.
And they went back to school.
True.
And studied physics and chemistry. It may have taken them time, but at the end of the day, they will still arrive.
True.
So there is hope. The only thing is that it may take them more time than somebody who was already prepared.
So you're saying for the man who is already an adult, the first transformation is awareness that I need change.
Awareness. And it gets back to what we were saying about identity.
Yeah.
For a change to happen, you really know that you need change now.
Yes.
If you don't know, nothing will happen.
Yes. Then education. What do I need change? From what to what?
From what to
then
what?
Pursuing those education and knowledge that will transform you from what is to what you want to become, right?
Yes.
There may be mentorship and role models. Does it have a part?
Of course.
Okay.
And then you become resilient because it will throw you around. You must have to become resilient and be ready to meet up with it, because you see how life goes. When you are still under the tutelage of your parents, you have all the freedom in the world to do whatever you want to do.
I'm telling you.
All the freedom in the whole world. But then, when you finish university, your parents have equipped you.
Yes.
They have given you everything.
Yeah.
Then you begin to live your life. At a certain point, you marry. One responsibility directly upon you.
Yeah.
You get 2, 3, 4 kids. Other responsibilities. It may be difficult at that time to go back to school and study medicine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you have a family to take care of. But then, it may be, remember I didn't say it may be impossible. I said it may be difficult.
Yes.
Like those of us who studied in another man's language, it was difficult for us. And they were abusing us, insulting us. At the end of the day, we learned their language, studied with them. They were using the original language, and we beat them and got first classes and came back.
Interesting.
You know, so you become intentional. Then you involve yourself in education to bring you out from where you are into where you want to go, or into what you want to be.
Yeah.
And then you persevere, because it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
You have to.
I think You know, in psychology, we believe everything is trainable. Part of the ways of training resilience is by exposing yourself to adverse conditions. So one of them could be exposing yourself to cold plunge. It's not easy.
It's not easy.
You know, breaking ice in a bowl and submerging yourself in
Right.
it trains resilience.
Yes.
Okay. And also one of the ways we treat fear or phobia is through some form of exposure. So assuming you have fear, you have phobia for water.
You begin
So
to go there.
how we treat phobia is we expose you to different depths of the pool at where you are comfortable at until you start gradually increasing the depth until you become familiar
Like a swimming
with
pool.
increased depth.
Yes,
Okay, so
yes.
exposure is key.
Very, very
whether you are not good at leadership, you are poor at emotional, providing emotional support, everything is trainable, is learnable.
Everything
As
is
long as you are willing to expose yourself and take
Sure.
the time to make it work. Reverend Father Dr. Francis
You know when
Unebu.
when I came back from Rome,
Okay.
I stayed 7 years in Rome. When I came back,
Okay.
everything milk
Mm.
here in Nigeria was upsetting me.
Oh. Why?
Everything milk, I don't know. My system
Because the
rejected-
milk there is different from the milk here.
most probably.
Yes.
Most probably.
Yes, I've taken
My-
milk there and there. It's not the same
Yes. My system rejected I tested peak.
thing.
It wasn't working. Once I tested, after
Mm.
30 minutes, I'm going to the toilet.
Mm.
I tested Kerrygold. I tested Dano. I tested Three Crown. I tested Cowbell. I tested all types of
Milk.
milk. I am talking about my own experience, and nothing worked.
Mm.
At the end of the day, somebody said, test almond.
Okay.
I said, almond milk is costly, but it will be nice for you.
Mm.
I brought almond. I tested it. It still resulted in the same thing.
Okay.
And he said, keep on, it will stop.
Okay.
I continued. I took almond for almost 3 months. At
Oh.
a certain point,
It stops.
it stopped and normalized my system.
Mm.
So I'm only supporting what you said
Yeah.
about training,
Exposing
exposing
yourself.
yourself to adverse
Yeah.
situations. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Reverend Father Dr. Francis Unebu, we thank you for coming at Ulab today.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
It's an honor.
Thank you.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you for staying by and completing this video. But we have another video somewhere on the screen that will take you deeper into the knowledge that you want that will change your life. So click somewhere on the screen for the next video showing. You will love it. It is about your well-being and the psychology that you need to flourish. This is Ulab, and we are here to make sure that your life gets better. Thank you. So click on it somewhere on the screen, and I'll see you there.